Let's begin with these visuals that have come in from Badlapur, Maharashtra, where citizens out on the streets in protest due to inaction by the Maharashtra police, all over the rape of two 4-year-old young girls by a school sweeper. This happened just a short while ago. Later on, the police actually lathi charged the protesters. Let's move on to the next set of images. These images played out through the course of the last 1 week, where the streets of Kolkata were awash with rage over the rape and murder of a 31-year-old junior doctor while on duty at the government-run RG Hospital in Kolkata. These visuals continue even right now as I speak on the streets of Kolkata in protest. Let's move on to the third set of images that came in today, where finally, after 32 years, the POCSO court giving its verdict of a life sentence over a case where a gang victimized, sexually abused over 100 girls from an affluent private school in Ajmer in the year 1992, 32 years ago. The girls were then between the age group of 11 years to 20 years. Today, some, as grandmothers, have come to court as witnesses to seek justice. Justice for what happened to them 32 years ago. Or, let's take a look at the hard-cold data that we have refused to read, where as per the National Crime Records Bureau, one woman is raped in India every 16 minutes, and those are reported cases. Yet, the conviction rate for rape in India stands at an abysmal 27%, even when one woman officially reported raped every 16 minutes, the conviction rate is 27%. Incidents after incidents, will we now as a country finally attempt to face up to a mirror we have long avoided, acknowledge without taking refuge in empty rhetoric like no country for women or justice for our daughters? Will we finally acknowledge the fact that we are as a country terribly unsafe for our women? Acknowledge that we have always put the onus of sexual abuse on women, that we as a country have given a proverbial free pass to men to pinch our bottoms, grope us and sexually harass us, but strangely, as an entire country, when we hear news of rape, we are stunned. These incidents are based on reported cases, not the unreported ones. They fail to capture the everyday harassment all women face that is largely normalized as eve-teasing. Culturally, India is a predominantly patriarchal society, making it difficult for women to find their voice, be heard, seek justice. Victim blaming is rampant and the painful, slow judicial system doesn't help either. Meanwhile, the infamous gang rape case of Rajasthan from 1992, referred to as the Ajmer scandal, is an open wound even today. What is closure after 32 years? Let's get you another example. The Shopian rape and murder case where two young women, 17 and 20 years, were raped and murdered in May 2009 was discussed and debated heavily, but even after passing of more than 15 years, that trial is yet to be concluded. Stigmatization of survivors, India continues to fail those who have survived. While in death we deify gang rape victim Nirbhaya or now Abhaya, but those who survived are not just ignored but ostracized. Bhavari Devi, Suzette Jordan, two women who broke ground by publicly coming forward to report sexual crimes. As a poor Dalit woman working for the state government, Devi was raped by 5 upper caste men for trying to stop child marriage in a North Indian village in 1992. Her willingness to speak about the crime informed the first Indian laws around sexual harassment in workplace, since Devi was raped while on the job. Suzette Jordan, who was raped in 2013, refused to hide behind the anonymous label of the Park Street rape victim, directly responded to those who tried to defame her. Jordan was gang raped in February 2012 and was labelled a liar and a prostitute. Even then, she had said, how dare they call me a prostitute even if I were, should I have got raped. These two women, one rural Dalit, the other urban and middle class, should have been considered icons of the Indian women movement because their singular act of courage not only resulted in actual legal change but effectively challenged broader cultural perceptions. However, both since have been ostracized by their society and forgotten by us. Nirbhaya and Abhaya are dead. But what lives on as glaring pieces of our apathy are in those who have survived, those who let down each day when we seek justice for those who died. And if we don't change, the faces will. Nirbhaya will become Abhaya, Shakti Mill survivor will become the Spanish tourist rape survivor, Gudiya in Delhi will become the 2-3-year-old toddlers in Badlapur. And what will remain is the social media outrage with empty statements like no country for women. So how can India end its rape epidemic? The answer is not simple. It includes a combination of a reformed justice system, the slow dismantling of patriarchy, the acceptance of the harmful rape culture we as a society perpetuate on a daily basis. And despite of all the ego and national pride, accept that we are neck deep in an epidemic.